Hi Stampers, it's Tina Shaw from TinaLovesToStamp.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Fairborn, Ohio. Follow me on my blog and get my latest updates and my monthly newsletters. Today I wanted to learn how, myself, to do the gilded leafing. So I've watched videos because I've never done this before. So I'm gonna do it as we go. So first of all, the card is using Rococo Rose. And I've cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. And then I took a piece of the same color and cut it at 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through an embossing folder. I have a piece of the gold foil, and the gold foil measures 3 by 4 3/4. And then this is the designer paper from the celebration pack. It's called Oh So Ombre. And it's I think it has 3 or 4 different colors. It's got Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green, and Rococo Rose. And then it has the white. But they're just adorable. I love the ombre effect. So I've used the side that is solid. See how it's just ombre. And so I think I already told you, 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. So let's get started. Again, the Art Gallery stamp set. These two right here. And I'm going to use StazOn ink. And I'm going to ink up the big flower. So I'm going to do this one first up at the top. And since it is a photopolymer stamp, I'm using my piercing mat covered in my paper. Let's see if this covered. It's sticking. Yep, there it is. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp on the bottom. And I'm also going to do that in StazOn. Normally don't use StazOn anymore. But the StazOn is such a nice dark black. It just stamps your image really, really well. Very pretty. Okay, now the only thing is that is really going to stain my photopolymer stamp. It won't hurt it, but it'll just be stained. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Versamark. Let me close this back up here. I'm going to take my Versamark pad, and I'm going to ink up the second stamp that goes in the 2-step stamping. Get it nice and inked with Versa. And then I'm just going to go over top of the first one. Like that. So now what I'm going to do, here's a piece of paper. I'm going to fold it in half. Lay it down. Put this in here. And then I'm going to take my heat and stick powder. And I'm just going to sprinkle that over the Versamark. That. See? Okay, so now I'm just going to put this back in the container. Put the lid on so I don't get it everywhere. And then I'm going to heat this just very lightly with my heat tool, just enough to melt it. Not enough to dry it. You still want this sticky so the gilding will stick to it. I'll be right back. All right. So I just heated it until it melted. And now I'm going to take my gilding. And I'm just going to lay pieces down. I've never used this before. I've never even heard of it before. Only in like other kinds of art projects, but never with stamping. So you just take this and you just stick it down to the sticky part. Just take your fingers and press that in. I don't feel any more stickies. And I'm going to put the lid back on because this tends to want to fly away. So you have to be very careful with it, not to let any air blow towards it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a stipple brush and you just take it and work it around. Just rubbing, kind of not real heavy, not too light, but just enough to get off. Oh, that's so cute. Until you think it's pretty much off of there. So now, isn't that so pretty? Now, this is all wanting to fly. I'm going to open my container back up and just deposit this right back in there. See how it just flies everywhere. That's why you want to be kind of careful with it. Like, don't put your lid down too fast. Okay, so now here is, got on my stems here. Brush that off. Make sure. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. How gorgeous. Okay, so now, brush this off. Now I'm just going to put a piece of gold behind it, seal, and just glue this down. Right here. Just have a nice border all the way around. So I guess if I can do this, anybody can do it, since I've never done it before. And then I have a piece of, this is 4 by 5 1/4 in Blushing Bride. And then I have my card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 and folded. So I'm going to put this on here, but first I'm going to put some ribbon. And I'm going to use the Blushing Bride that also has the gold in it. And I'm going to put down here. And I'm going to do the 2 layers like Kelly did. It was so cute. So I'm going to flip this over. I could just do one at a time. Oh, I wonder what it looks like with this side too. It's pretty, but I want the gold. So I'm just going to put down some glue or seal. And then I'm going to put the other one right here. Oops, almost got enough there to stick. Lay down. Like that. I course you did. Okay, so now I can go ahead and put this piece get it nice and glued and put it to my card front. Right there. And then I'm going to pop this piece up with dimensionals. One in the center. Here we go. Okay. And then you can do it down here like she did, or you can do it in the center. I think I'm going to do it in the center, just so it'll be a little different, like that. It's a little crooked. Okay, so there's that. Now I just need to do my greeting. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday, and that comes from the same set, Art Gallery. And it's really kind of cute because you have all these little sayings here that fit in the die set that comes with the stamp set. Right here. And so this would fit the little words, and then the longer one would fit to like, I'm thinking of you, you were lovely, etc. But I am using the classic label punch just because it's so easy. And I'm going to use the piece of the designer series paper that is left over, and I'm going to use Memento ink, Memento black. And again, I need to use my piercing pad. So I'm just going to stamp this on here. Doesn't matter if you get it crooked because you're going to punch it out, which is, I always love that. And then just to make sure I have enough room, because this was a short piece here, I'm putting a little piece of a Post-it note to get it down in here. And then I'm just going to punch this out like that. Take off this little back piece. And then I'm going to put that, I think, between these two here, about right there. And I'm going to use the little mini dimensionals on that, just so it will be popped up, because I like it when things are dimensional. So cute. Okay, so there's my 3 mini dimensionals. I can get my backs off. That would be good. I'm struggling to get those off of there. There we go. Finally. Okay. And then this I'm going to put right about there. And now I'm going to take some of my Gilded gold gems, and I'm going to add just a few of these. Find my little, take a pick tool. I love it for putting on the rhinestones and the gems because it just picks them right up. So easy. There are 3 sizes of these. I'm using the middle size. I want one more to make my 3. I think I'll put it over here. There we go. I try to use 3. They say always use 3. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now for the inside, I'm just going to use a piece of white. And the stamp I have chosen to do this one is from Happy Thoughts. And I'm using Today is Great because it's all about you, the great person you are, and the great things that you do. Happy birthday on the outside, it says. So I'm going to also stamp this one with the Memento. And I don't need to use the matte, the piercing matte, because this is a rubber stamp that does already have the padding. So I'm just going to stamp this right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Rococo Rose. And, okay, so I will stamp this off first. And then I think I'm just going to do it like right there. Cute. Okay. And there you have it. So I'm going to just take this and put it in here. Like this. See, I have a little piece of gold gilding there. I think it might be floating around here and there for a while. And I also heard that once you buy a container of this gold gilding, that it should last you for life. So we'll see how long it does last. That's a long time. Okay, and there's our card. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you've tried this, if you've ever done the gilded gold leafing before. And I hope to hear from you soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for YouTube. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye.